The interview is the most important part of getting a job. It is especially important to many people, much like you, who may be interviewing for a first-time job this summer. The young people in the world today are less prepared than ever to take on a job, and in these hard economic times, many employers will not be hiring as many people as they used to. Only the most prepared people are going to be getting a job. I am here today to present to you tips from the perspective of a business professional and to present an interview gone wrong to help you learn how to prepare for an interview. A good interview is what lands you the job I am offering. Believe it or not, a good interview is more important to potential employers than a good resume. Your interview is the first chance I have to get to know you. It is your only chance to make a good first impression. As a first-time applicant, an interview is of special importance because you're not yet experienced with the whole handling process. Interviews may seem scary at first. Add nerves to that and the fact that you don't always know what to do, and you end up with many people who are prone to making very simple mistakes. Just knowing the keys to a successful interview will help you be better prepared to handle the entire process. Appearance is one key. While a three-piece suit may be overkill, jeans are not a good idea and shorts are definitely out, unless you're trying to be a lifeguard. A general consensus is that you should wear a nice dress shirt, be tucked in, and while we may not expect a tie, a jacket wouldn't hurt. Make sure your hair is combed and neat. Keep it conservative. I don't want to see those crazy modern hairdos or wild colors. And don't forget to cover your tattoos and remove any jewelry such as nose rings or tongue piercings. While you may choose to wear perfume or cologne, please do not smother me in the scent. I don't think you want me to gag in your chosen fragrance. It's better to have not enough or none at all than too much. Understanding the types of questions that we will be asking will help you to better answer them. Expect us to question you about your achievements both in and out of the classroom, and general questions about your qualifications for the job. But also be prepared for off-the-wall questions such as, what is your favorite joke, or sing a silly song. Lynn Shermer, a local business owner, says he wants you to be original. He doesn't want any of those scripted answers. He just wants to hear you be you. Make sure to use appropriate language. Street slang and profanity are definite no's. While knowing these things will help you with the actual interview, you must be prepared for the interview. If we gave you a resume deadline, make sure you have submitted your resume by this deadline. And at the very least, please make sure it's properly formatted and smell checked. I do not want to look at your resume and see graduated top 10% of my class. That's a big turnoff to us. But please keep it short. I only want to know what skills you have that would help me with the job I need you for. Use bullets to identify key points. I don't have time to read long paragraphs. Make sure to have a cover letter that is concise and explains why you fit the description. Well, now that you're prepared for the interview, there are still things you need to do on your way to the interview. Make a quick check of yourself. Check your clothes for any food stains. Wash your hands. Make sure you're bringing a copy of your resume and spit out that gum. The biggest thing has to be an electronics check. Turn the cell phone off. As Lynn Sherman said about a cell phone going off, you're dead meat. Another thing, remember this formula for success. Mouth plus mouthwash equals good impression. Okay, so now you're beginning the interview looking sharp, smelling clean, and ready for questions. Were you on time? We don't want you arriving more than 10 or 15 minutes before your scheduled interview time, but being late is almost a guarantee you will not get that job. If you can't be on time for the interview, why would we think you could be on time for work? Okay, so you're on time and have just been called into the room. What's the next step in impressing us? A firm handshake and eye contact are the most important nonverbal communications you will make. During the interview, sit up straight, look interested in what the interview is saying, and at the end of the interview, please, do not forget to say thank you and again, shake my hand. This shows that you know how to act like a business professional. Unfortunately, not all people will do these things. For example, let's take a look at this video of a young interviewee who wants to demonstrate how to be totally unprepared for his brief interview.
You must be Mr. Morris. Welcome to Sun Harvest. Have a seat. Well, Mr. Morris, I thought our appointment was at 10:30.
Yeah, I got here. Got here.
Did something happen to explain the way you're dressed?
No, I just got here.
Oh, well, how did you hear about our company and why do you want this job, Josh?
Well, I was running away from some guy and I saw it, this little hiring sticker on the door, so I'm checking my resume. So yeah.
Do you know anything about this job?
Hey, I'm trying to get a job right now. Come on. Hey, I'll call you back.
Josh, do you know anything about this company?
You're hiring. I know that.
Do you know anything about our foods or what we do here?
You sell food and milk and stuff.
Do you know what the job entails?
Yeah, just taking the food and scanning across a little button, put it in the bag, and taking the money and sending them up.
Are you opposed to hard work and...
How hard?
Tell you what, Mr. Morris, I think I've heard enough. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Alright, I'll be fine.
How did that look? Do you think he got the job? What if I told you he had a resume that was impressive beyond that of Fortune 500 companies? He still wouldn't have gotten the job just because of the few minutes he spent being interviewed. He wasn't on time, dressed nicely, chewed gum, used poor manners, took time to take a phone call, didn't answer interview questions right, and left without thanking the interviewer. These are things actual business professionals have seen and experienced. Now let's look at a sample of a good interview that follows suggestions I have outlined in this guide.
Oh, Mr. Klein.
Well, hello, you must be Mr. Morris. Hi, welcome to Sun Harvest. Have a seat. Mr. Morris, I have been reading your resume, and I have been very impressed. I hope you won't be offended if I take a few notes while we conduct our interview.
No problem.
Let's start off by you telling me just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've lived in El Paso my entire life. My family's lived here for 40 plus years. I currently attend Cathedral High School, do a lot of volunteering work through my church and other organizations. I've really been interested in biology and chemistry and health classes that I've taken.
Oh, well, that kind of fits in with our company. Tell me what you know about our company.
Well, I know you guys have been here around El Paso for quite a while. You've been a staple here on the west side. I really like the fact that you guys have organic food and food's not treated with pesticides.
Well, that's impressive. We like that too about ourselves. In this particular job, sometimes you deal with conflict because you have such a strong relationship with our customers. Tell me about a conflict you've had in the past and how you resolved that conflict.
Well, my chemistry teacher, we used to grind up against each other all the time, and one day I just kind of said, this is enough. And I'm here to learn. I shouldn't really be doing this. So I approached her and I talked to her about it, and she told me several things that I was doing wrong in class that really I shouldn't have been doing, and I worked to stop them, and now we have a great relationship.
Wow, that's quite an excellent answer, Josh. Josh, I like the fact that you came in right on time. You obviously are serious about this job. You've dressed well, and I am very impressed. I'm going to be making a decision about this afternoon, and I'm going to tell you right now, you should be by your phone around 4 o'clock this afternoon.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think the second person who followed this guide will have a better chance to get the job than the first? When resumes are so closely matched, what do you think separates them? The interview, of course. You can make or break your chances for getting a job simply by the interview. We want to hire the best people, so go now and impress us with a great interview and get that job.